This is the bullish case for Bitcoin the next 2 to 4 years. There's a massive tailwinds, and there's obviously the unknown unknowns we don't even know about. But I want to go through a few things in the bullish case just right now, where Bitcoin is sitting pretty and how it might look over the next few years here. So Bitcoin, again, come a long way. The inception of Bitcoin over a decade ago, 14 years ago. Obviously, there's been a lot of traction with Bitcoin. What's going on? FASB rules and accounting, the corporate accounting changing. In the traditional financial world, Bitcoin has often been met with skepticism, really probably in large part because of cryptocurrencies. However, recent development could change this perception. The Financial Accounting Standards Board, FASB, ruling allowing the fair market valuation of Bitcoin as an asset on companies' balance sheets is a game changer. Absolute game changer. This means that corporations can now recognize Bitcoin as a legitimate asset, just like stocks, bonds, or real estate. As more companies adopt this practice, it legitimizes Bitcoin as a store of value and investment, obviously making it easier for the public to want to come in and be okay with what it is. Because people look for leaders. They look for people around them, what they're doing. Obviously, whether it's politicians or companies, like it or not. This newfound recognition by corporate America bodes well for Bitcoin's future as it paves the way for institutional investment and increased demand. BlackRock and the emergence of spot ETFs, another big one, kind of segueing right into this. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, recently entered the Bitcoin arena, signaling a significant shift in the financial landscape. With BlackRock's involvement, other major asset managers are likely to follow suit. The potential approval for spot exchange-traded funds ETFs by these giants could propel Bitcoin further into the mainstream. Also, the introduction of the spot ETFs would offer traditional investors a convenient and regulated way to gain exposure to Bitcoin, removing some of the barriers to entry that have deterred institutional investors in the past. This increased accessibility could drive more capital into the Bitcoin market, increasing demand and potentially driving up prices. Again, a second major catalyst. Countries embracing Bitcoin mining, not just buying Bitcoin, making it legal tender, but mining Bitcoin. This is the game changer. This is the humanity-changing aspect of Bitcoin, is the mining. The public has no idea. Even most Bitcoiners aren't even paying attention to how important mining is going to be in this space and changing humanity and the adoption of Bitcoin. Beyond the financial sector, Bitcoin is making inroads at the national... And I'm reading off my blog, by the way. I wrote a blog article about this, and I'll post that in the link as well, so you can see that if you want to read it. Countries like... Bitcoin is making inroads at the national level. Beyond the financial sector, countries like Bhutan, Oman, and El Salvador have embraced Bitcoin mining, among others, recognizing the economic benefits it can bring. By engaging in Bitcoin mining, these nations are not only securing their place in the Bitcoin ecosystem, but also contributing to Bitcoin's decentralization. The trend could encourage more countries to explore Bitcoin mining as a viable economic strategy, further solidifying Bitcoin's position as a global asset. Obviously, many huge boons to the environment because of Bitcoin mining, obviously cleaning it up, capturing flared gas, stranded energy, things of that nature. It's using renewable energy. It's unbelievable. That's a third huge tailwind. And a fourth huge tailwind coming in the next year is Bitcoin halving in spring of 2024. Bitcoin's scarcity is one of its defining characteristics. It's about to become even scarcer. Bitcoin undergoes a process known as halving approximately every 4 years. During a halving event, the reward miners receive verifying the transactions are reduced by half. This reduces the rate at which new Bitcoin is created, effectively decreasing the supply, making demand go up and the value of the existing Bitcoin go up as well, and what people are holding, the purchasing power. The psychological impact of halving events is significant. Historically, they have been associated with bull markets as investors anticipate a potential supply shock and increased demand. With the next halving scheduled for spring of 2024, this event is likely to be a driving force behind Bitcoin's bullish case in the coming years. Economic factors, a fifth reason. The debt, interest rates, and the falling dollar. Economic fundamentals also play a crucial role in the Bitcoin's bullish outlook. The ever-increasing debt-to-GDP ratio in many countries, including the United States, is unsustainable. Governments find themselves in a precarious situation where servicing their debt becomes increasingly challenging. To manage this predicament, governments may opt to keep interest rates low, effectively devaluing their currencies. This strategy erodes the purchasing power of fiat currencies like the US dollar, driving more people toward alternative assets like Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation and economic stability. And here is one of the biggest things. We know Bitcoin will go up because we know the ongoing devaluation of the dollar. We know the dollar will continue going down. Kind of just touched on the last one, but again, this is what the sixth huge bullet point. The U.S. government's propensity. We just hit $33 trillion in debt this week, mind you, as well. This is the context around this. The U.S. government's propensity to print currency and bail out various sectors of the economy has raised concerns about the value or the long-term stability of the U.S. dollar. As a world reserve currency, any weakening in the dollar has global ramifications. The more currency is printed, the less each dollar is worth. In this environment, Bitcoin stands out as a finite digital asset with a capped supply. Finite time for your finite money. It's the only fair trade. Bitcoin for time, time is Bitcoin. In this environment, Bitcoin stands out as that asset. Investors seeking to preserve their wealth are turning to Bitcoin as that safe haven, driving demand and potentially pushing Bitcoin's price or its purchasing power to new heights. So there you have it. Massive tailwinds for Bitcoin in the coming next year or two, and obviously into the future as Bitcoin just continues to eat as the apex predator asset, eat everything in its path. You might want to get some, just in case it catches on, as Satoshi Nakamoto said. So let me know your thoughts with these huge bullish case. Really quickly distilled it down to 6 massive reasons there are these tailwinds that I believe the purchasing power, the people holding Bitcoin are going to become very wealthy in the future because they hold true money. They hold the hardest asset known to humans in all of human history. That is why I'm a believer in Bitcoin going up in value. The reason I believe in Bitcoin, because of the environment, things we just talked about, fair, just rules, not rulers, giving property rights, wealth, liberty to all 8 billion people. That's the world we are about to enter. This is why the more people that join this network, the more valuable it becomes and the stronger it becomes. It's incredible. Let me know your thoughts below, what you think about this list. I would love to know that. Please share it out because the algorithm hates truth. Question everything with boldness. Trust but verify. And this is not financial advice, it's freedom advice. We look forward to seeing you on the next one.